Hello, friends. Daniel here. So today we're talking about the 4 ways to market your consulting firm, and we're specifically talking about 2020. So let's go ahead and hop down to it, shall we? So my wife and I have been in a very interesting position this year, where because of her teaching English to foreign kids, um, we've had an opportunity to kind of track the COVID-19 thing far longer than it's been in the U.S. news. And so we've seen this thing progress and progress and grow, and then it just kind of exploded onto the world in a very quick way. And it's interesting in that even from this perspective, we had such a short window to prepare our businesses for the impact of COVID-19. And those who weren't tracking this as an issue were, I feel, especially caught off guard. So with all of this change, craziness happening, there's a couple things to keep in mind. Namely, not to panic, right? Second thing, understand that what's happening to you happened and is happening to all of your competition evenly. Big, small, new, old, all of your competition feel exactly the same way you do. It's all equally applied, which means the same opportunity is present for everyone. Whether you're big, small, new, old, you have a really unique opportunity. Going into the COVID-19 issue, the opportunity was to evolve as quickly as possible, change your operational model so that you could make the largest impact during the shutdown. And then now, as we start to come out of the shutdown, the opportunities change slightly, where everyone who quit, everyone that quit marketing, everyone that quit doing sales, everyone that quit trying to close deals or build relationships or advertise, all of that work that happens at the top and middle of our funnels, or even at the bottom of the funnel, that people stopped doing is now up for grabs, right? So if you have an opportunity because you stopped marketing and advertising and doing closing, you need to pick it up as soon as possible because everyone else recognizes that there's an opportunity to grab your market share. And if you didn't stop, bravo, great job. There's a great opportunity to seize other people's market share because everyone's funnels are on lockdown, right? Deals aren't closing for the next couple of weeks, and it's a really great opportunity to seize the market share because someone could be in a position where they're about to close a deal, and you could swoop into that potential client and offer a better deal, offer a better service. And so think of everything as on a frozen status, and you can just get the choice of whatever is out there because all the deals have been frozen. And so it's a moment of time that's been really expanded and dilated to the point where you can, if you make a move now and you really market well and you really get a lot of great content out there, then you could suck up a lot more of this business and market share than you otherwise normally would. So it's a very interesting time. I'm happy to talk about it one-on-one with you if you like. So going into the 4 ways to market for a consulting firm in 2020, let's hop to it. First and foremost, webinars. I cannot emphasize enough how awesome webinars are. Webinars are essentially an opportunity for you to collaborate with other people who are peers, who could be like non-competitors, and you come together and you share your lists, you share your audiences, so there's some cross-pollination happening there. And then it gives you an opportunity to do a discovery call or a briefing of your capabilities in front of a whole bunch of potential customers. It's a great way to showcase what you can do, how you've helped others in the past. You can build collaborative events where you're answering kind of questions in a Q&A style. I cannot emphasize how awesome webinars they are, just absolutely amazing. So absolutely give webinars a try if you're not already doing it. And if you are, uh, we're going to also keep in mind that you can reuse that content, right? So if you have a webinar, it should be on evergreen status, right? So anyone can always check on the recording. Um, it should turn into blogs, it should turn into emails, it should turn into social posts. So just reuse the heck out of that content. Number 2, give podcasting a chance. So if you're not aware of what a podcast is, it's very similar to what we're doing here right now together, except instead of video, it might just be audio, or it could be a combination of the two. There's some really great podcasts out there, and it's an opportunity for you to reach out to a demographic that's just starting to wake back up. So as we start to go into the office, people will be listening to more podcasts in the car. As people are exploring new ways to ingest content, podcasts will definitely come up in conversation, and there'll be an opportunity there. So if you like the idea of talking, to yourself or to a small group. Collaborating with others, again, cross-pollination events can happen. So you might want to bring in not a rival, but someone who offers a complementary service. And both of you guys can talk about a similar concept, or y'all can talk about the top 3 ways to, and then execute whatever that your business executes. So podcast is a really great opportunity to re-engage people from a slightly different perspective than you might normally think. Additionally, it's a great resource to build blogs. So like, for example, Zoom, when you record a Zoom meeting, there's an audio file that gets spit out as well as an audio visual file that gets spit out. And that audio file is a really great opportunity to then translate it with something like Nuance by Dragon into a blog. So you can have a really long blog that's almost 90% built for you just based off of what you say. And then all you have to do is edit after that. So if you haven't given a podcast a chance, highly recommend that you do it. All right, next up on the list, be active on social media. First and foremost, if you're not on social media, you're wrong. And you should absolutely be on social media, and you should be giving it a chance, and you should be working very, very diligently in social media. But from the perspective of a social event, right? So I don't want you guys out on social media spinning a sign on a corner of the street, so to speak. I want you on social media, treat it like a house party. Act like you would at a house party or a dinner party. Dress nice, smile on your face, drink in your hand, work the room. What does work the room mean? It means talk to people, have conversations with people, be genuine and honest and open, be valuable, contribute, those types of things. Don't be salesy. Don't be constantly trying to get someone into a discovery call. Don't be constantly trying to twist everything into how you can make a buck. Like, seriously, contribute to the conversation, make friends, be helpful, build relationships. And just like you would at a house party where you build relationships and you make friendships, maybe you'll have an opportunity to work with some of your friends. Maybe your friends can refer you to other people. Maybe just in general, you have a really solid support network. But all of those things are good. And that's what comes about when you properly use social media. When you don't use social media properly and every single post is 5% off of this or 10% off of that or free discovery call, whatever else, all this other stuff, it doesn't do anything. There's no engagement, there's no impact, there's no growth. You're seen as just nobody. And no one wants to do business with someone who's always trying to like scheme and move, and it doesn't come off very well. So avoid that. However, social media is absolutely a thing. Being friendly to other people is absolutely a thing. And especially now when we can't have conventions, when we can't have in-person events, when we can't take each other out to coffee. That's just the way it is. And it's the way it's going to be for several months, maybe a year or two. But in the meantime, social media is absolutely a thing. So also on social media, before we move on, we like to go with a cake and icing approach. So cake, right? It's the main thing. The icing is that nice little thing on the top. And by that, when we apply to social media, don't do 5 different social platforms. Do like one really, really well, and then one on top to like supplement or augment. So if you're doing LinkedIn and you're doing Twitter a little bit, cool. If you're doing LinkedIn and you're doing Quora or Medium, also cool, right? But don't do LinkedIn and Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest. It's a lot. If you want to do it well, it's an insane amount of work. So pick your battles for sure. But from the consulting services, from the B2B stuff, absolutely would be doing LinkedIn. And I would do one more thing as like a supplemental type approach. But absolutely, do it well. What does do it well mean? Friendships, relationships, be a good person. All right. Last, the number 4 reason why you should be marketing in 2020 in a different way. So content. Content is everywhere. Content is especially important. Absolutely be producing content. When you produce content, make the most out of it. Blog post should turn into an email, should turn into a social post. Social posts should be directed towards webinars and podcasts. Reuse your podcast as a blog, like we talked about earlier. Reuse it as much as possible. These things are really, really hard to do well. And when you do it well, you should reuse it as much as possible, right? Don't throw it away. Reuse it as much as possible. So that would be the 4 tips I have for you on how to market your consulting business in 2020. If you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear from you. I will read every single one and reply to it if you put it down in the comments below. Equally, if you go to josephstudios.net/community, then there's a great forum there where you can contribute, ask questions, and someone from the team or myself will be happy to answer any questions that you got. In the meantime, I hope you have a great week. I hope you crush it. I hope everyone tells you yes, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.